Hi, hello guys, how are you? I hope you are all doing well. Please welcome back to my channel, which is Mwelu channel. Please, it's a nice day today, but it's really raining in Portsmouth. But rain is blessings. So please welcome, and let's go and explore something different today. And it's all about history, guys. This is where I am at the moment. As you can see, it's a very huge building from all that end all the way this way and that way. It looks very Victorian building. It's really beautiful, as we can all see. But it is a Portsmouth museum. Portsmouth has so many museums, and they all have different things inside. So we're gonna go and explore this one. Myself, I've never been here before, and yeah, it's always good to come and see. The entrance to this museum is free, so you are welcome, guys. Let's go and see Wagwan together. And thank you for always tuning to my channel and watch my videos. This is the main entrance, as you can see, and see all these beautiful flowers there, guys. So as you can see, it's raining since early this morning. It's been raining cats and dogs. But let's go together, guys. Thank you. So we are here, guys, and thank you for always accompanying me. So this is the reception, and as I said earlier, the entrance is free. So you can always come here anytime you like and experience all the history. And at the moment, we are going to take this route, or the door on my left, and this is what it's there, a study in Sherlock, uncovering the other Conan Doyle collections. I think you can see properly. So let's go, guys. Let's see what it's like. This is treasure trove indeed. I suppose you know what you have got. Sherlock Holmes from the Blue Cabanco. So look at that, guys. That is so beautiful. Vintage looks. Special chair. The buttress, or the pots, yeah, buttress. Sherlock Holmes exhibition. Wow. I guess that's him there. The Ben Greet Company from the Lyceum Theatre, London. That's a very old suitcase. It's written Dr. Stamford, Bath Hospital, London.
Thank you.
Oh, I guess he used to carry that one for and put all the tools. Anyway, it looks so cute in here and vintage. You can imagine how old is that cloth around that table. And the table as well. Anyway, guys, we go ahead because it's a lot we have to look. Where it is so dark, I won't worry too much. Believe, fairy tale, true story. It's always nice to believe in fairy tales. They can be sweet. Oh, There are some books there, kind of old novels. A Remarkable Life. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was born in Edinburgh on 22 May 1859. I think that's the man there. He trained as a doctor and continued to practice until he gave it up to write full time. Conan Doyle married twice and had 5 children. So there is a little story there of that man, Arthur Conan Doyle. He led an exciting life. For example, he was a surgeon on a whaling ship and developed skiing for pleasure in Switzerland. He defied convention and dedicated much of his latter life to promoting spiritualism. Yeah, there's a beautiful story there. I'll just put the camera so at some point somebody can pause and read. I love reading for you, but sometimes it can be a lot of things to read, guys. But yeah, it's always good to have an idea. Royal Albert, something Hall, Royal Albert Royal. Guys, let's keep going. There is gloves for boxing there. They look very old. I don't know who was a boxer yet. So here we go, guys. And there's all those kind of details. Like every other museum, wherever we go, they have screens and some different pictures or, informations will be rolling in the screen. And look at that. Blade Struggart still true. Born May 22nd in 1859. Passed on July 7th July 1930. I don't know if you can see that clearly, but yes. And the great author made my meat. Jean Conan Doyle passed on June 25th, 1940. So all those, The Lost World. I seen that movie, The Lost World. It's a lot of dinosaurs. And there's some books of The Lost World. And some photos. The Fires of Fate, Conan Doyle. New Theatre, Monday, March 7th. 3 nights only. So we can see, guys, it's a collection of books. Some look like movie cassettes, those old ones before we started using CDs. And so his face was wonderfully ugly, but it was the ugliness of character which is attractive as beauty. Stark Monroe from the Stark Monroe letters. Oh, it's not nice to tell somebody's ugly. I think that's him. Do you think he's ugly? Or the Canon Doyle sitting in his tent at Banfontein, South Africa, 1900, in the preface to the first. Anyway, the pictures again are rolling so fast before even I can read properly. Yeah, let's keep looking. This is an author as well. Richard Walton, Sheila Powell. There's a George Harvey. And maybe that is the name of the movie, Raffles or Jean Green, or the Eden, Barbara Kathy, Billy Machar. Horace Talking Its House, The House of Fear, Rathbone Bruce. This, I think it's written in French. Lagier des Fumes. Anyway, yeah, I can't read French properly, but yes, that is a French writing and more here. It's a beautiful drawing, or if it was taken, it's very beautiful. With the horse, that would be the guy we've been talking about. Stout wines and spirits. Looks like a little screen, but well protected. 150 million years ago or today. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World. CinemaScope, color by Deluxe, and also on and so on, guys. Those are all the names. So there's a flag. Oh no, it's still the Conan Doyle's pictures hanging on the ceiling there, and on this side still him. We now know the museums are kind of dark. A Remarkable Life. Maybe that's him. Again, it doesn't say anything. As we can see, there is a lady and a child, and probably his brother or friend. Yeah. That's our first room. That's how it is. Let's keep going. The sign of fall out the winter. Asla Bevan Lam. Hello. The world is full of obvious things which nobody by any chance ever observes. Life has become like that great green pen mare with little green patches everywhere into which one may sink and with no guide to point the track. Sherlock Holmes from the Hound of the Baskervilles. So Yeah, these two rooms, guys, is all full of different pictures and characters based on the novel by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Yes, all this is to do with Conan Doyle. Confounding Sherlock Holmes meets Sigmund Freud. So guys, this is all in the Portsmouth Museum. And it's free to come here and check out. See all these colorful pictures. I always see the old Sherlock Holmes smarter brother. Wow. I always think old movies, they are quite funny and real before the technology kicked off, you know. Long old movies, they used to be quite funny and real. I hope you agree with me. As we can see, that is all another collection. Trying to be Sherlock Holmes is like trying to catch an arrow in mind flight. Jeremy Brett actor. There, guys. Yeah. Holmes, the story. It is a wicked world, and when a clever man turns his brain to crime, it is the worst of all. Sherlock Holmes from the adventure of the speckled band. So it's all about Sherlock Holmes and canon. Yes, guys, it's worth coming here and seeing all these things happened a long time ago, and how lucky we are we can just come here for free and explore all this, or even get to show people, you know. Publicity photograph of Basil Rathbone and Nigel. Ooh, gone. Let's just say it's another screen, and of course the pictures are rolling maybe after a few seconds. But things like this, I can literally just read the top of it just to give you an idea of what is going on or what it is here. But guys, look at that. It's so beautiful, colorful, looks vintage and old as well. And as we all know, old is gold. He is obviously a powerful projection of something in ourselves. John Wood, actor. So see, guys, Holmes adapted. There are all nice cute things around there. For example, those, like somebody's sitting on a chair. But it looks like just like an art of somebody done that with their hands. It looks like a real. Right, look at this one as well. This is so nice too. How often have I said to you that when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Sherlock Holmes from the sign of four. Man mad about Holmes. So there you go, guys. Let me put the camera close. can see if you guys can read when you are watching it. The case of the grill and cheese. I'd like to watch that. That's nice. Look for the Oxford Corner House. Quentin Brewster, detective. It's a little house there. Looks cute. Oh, an old-fashioned, they may be called cottage house, I think, if I'm not wrong. Hello. Leon Albert Gardner present and film the Erwin Allen. Limode Padu. Christopher Lee de la Mueta. Oh God, I never heard some of the words, but I'm sure that's how they sound. The hold of the Baskervilles, a site to shatter the nerves, a story to stun the senses. It's scary, that one. I don't like horror movies anyway, but I just have to show you guys what I'm seeing. His first adventure, Steven Spielberg presents young Sherlock Holmes and the Pyramid of Fear. There you go, guys. And there is a big photograph there. It's quite dark. Only you can see his face even if you are in here. But there he is. And look at that little corner there with the light and kind of green color. Looks nice. So we need to find the way to upstairs.
You've got stairs there, or there's a lift at the other end.
Oh, it's going to the same place.
So that's this end, and then if you take the lift up, it takes you to the west end, but it gets you to the first floor.
Okay, so there's stairs are not too much, right?
Do you want to have a look at them and make a decision?
Yeah.
So there's a view.
What? Oh, this is beautiful and old. Yeah. Wow. A study in Sherlock uncovering the Arthur Conan Doyle collection. We've seen more of those, but let's keep going. Wow, what is this? Fish, undersea creatures. Oh, it's a boat or a ship. It's so beautiful.
There's a sign next door that tells you what it is.
All right. There we go. A sew in the sails. Ship of Scales, St. Thomas Wood. Designed by Kate Titt. made, made in workshop led by Tan Drake at Portsmouth Museum and Art Gallery. There it is, guys, and it's just a beautiful piece. I always say the work human beings can do, look at that, or by hands. So do you work here every day?
I do.
Yeah?
Tuesday to Saturday, yeah.
Tuesday and Saturdays?
Tuesday to Saturday.
Oh, yeah, you are open even Saturday. So set 1805, it was here Lord Nelson spent his last hours in England. Oh my God. Right. Let's see. And look at that. It's like a carpet. Oh, you can't go there. It looks like it's even more dark in here. The Yeoman Farm. The yeoman farmer in the 16th century, almost everyone in the Portsmouth area lived by farming. The town was small and Portsea Island was mostly farmland. I can't believe that. And the way it's modern now, I love the idea of farming. The door frame displayed here is from East Weimering Farm in Portsmouth. It is early Tudor in date and was probably the doorway from the hall to the parlor. The quality shows that it came from the house of a yeoman, the name used then for well-off farmers. Yeomen generally lived in substantial houses with 5 or more rooms. In the farmhouse would live the farmer and his family, a couple of young female domestic servants, and 1 or 2 farm workers employed by the year at a hiring fare. The mistress of the household and the servants were responsible for the normal household tasks: brewing ale, making butter and cheese, looking after the poultry, tending the vegetable garden, milking the cows, and preserving food for the winter. At peak times such as harvest, they also helped out in the fields. Another very important job was spinning wool, flax, or hemp, as most households produced the yarn from which their clothes were made. Servants were essential, as even simple tasks like fetching water from the well were very time-consuming. In the Tudor period, every house had a hall where the household etc. played together and entertained. In many houses, it was also where the meals were cooked. But by 1570, in the Portsmouth area, some richer people had begun to cook in a separate room called the kitchen. Larger houses also had a parlor used as a bedroom by the family, and several other bed chambers. In 1500, the only heating in the house was a central hearth in the hall. There was no chimney, and so the smoke rose to the roof beams. By 1600, many houses had chimneys. This allowed another floor to be put into the hall, creating a second room above the main hall. Chimneys also allowed fires elsewhere in the house, such as in the kitchen for cooking. Hello. Come through then. Oh, he's going to the different direction.
Look, 2 people in bed.
So guys, this is the in 16th century life in Portsmouth. I liked that. Where people lived like the way we live in Africa.
Come this down, that's the stairs. We come this way, David.
This room shows the chamber or main bedroom of the home of Richard Ridge. He was a brewer grown rich by supplying beer to the navy and wealthy enough to rival members of the gentry. He owned houses in the high street. His home would have had about 10 rooms and would have been furnished more richly than the houses of almost all of his fellow townsmen. The house was occupied by Richard Ridge, his wife Jane, and their children, 2 or more domestic female servants in their teens or early 20s, and 1 or 2 apprentices of similar age, learning their master's trade. Living accommodation included a parlor used as a private sitting room by the family and probably a dining room so that the family no longer had to eat with the servants. The older children had separate bed chambers. The male and female servants would have slept in different rooms, probably in the roof space, but they may not have had a bed each. Many of Richard Ridge's neighbors had a shop as part of their house or a workshop in the yard behind the house. Ridge's house may have contained a counting house or office, but his business was on such a large scale that his brew houses and warehouses were elsewhere in the town and at Cod Harbour outside the town walls. Jane Ridge ran the household, but the servants did the routine chores and looked after the children. Jane had more leisure time than most other women to spend on music or embroidery. In this household, daily tasks no longer included spinning, as clothes would have been bought ready-made. Baking and brewing were also no longer necessary at home, as bread and beer could be bought from tradesmen in the town. So, St. Lobard Street, Old Portsmouth, 3 bricks house, erected in the mid-17th century. The gables are in the contemporary Dutch style. So guys, this couple sleeping there is a husband and wife, Mr. Richard, what is his name again? Richard Ridges, and the wife is Jane. And they are snoring like they are deep sleeping. God, you can think it's real. And on the wall there is a rug which looks very beautiful and very vintage.
Oh! So as a child, I would just leg it because you got this.
But you can usually hear them snoring.
Yeah. I thought it was real.
Yeah.
I ran away when I
There's a
came.
baby in there.
And there's a baby in there as well. Yeah.
Imagine the kids would run through.
Yeah.
Child, I was terrified.
Okay, guys, let's keep moving. Food and drink in the 18th century. Tremendous change took place in eating and drinking between 1700 and 1800. Hello. Many of our favorite types of food and drink were introduced. Eating with knives and forks became usual, and white dinner plates used only by the very rich in 1700 became common by 1800. So there you go, guys.
I think it's fair to say it's quite old.
In the first half of the 18th century, the popularity of potatoes increased and they took over from bread as the main part of the most people's diet. Bread, however, continued to be popular, particularly for snacks after the invention of the sandwich in 1760. Many new exotic foods also became available as a result of foreign trade. As a port, Portsmouth was able to sample such new delights as turtle, peanuts, sage, ketchup, and soy sauces. It's getting busy here, guys. This period also, the introduction of 3 new drinks: chocolate, coffee, and tea. Chocolate and coffee became fashionable, but at first they were not drunk at home. Instead, they were sold in coffee houses. By 1715, Portsmouth had at least 5. It was tea that became most popular with all social classes for drinking at home. By 1784, 13 million pounds, almost 6 million kilos, of tea were drunk in England each year. Some people, however, disapproved, and in 1757, the Portsmouth-born naval victualling commissioner Jonas Hanway denounced tea as the curse of this nation, partly as a result of the popularity of tea. Sugar consumption per head doubled during the century. Anyway, that is it, guys, of that. And these are the real kitchen things. See, a beautiful pot. This now will cost a lot of money if they were taken to auction. That's China. Look at that, cute. Probably for putting sugar, and also in the sugar bowl as well. A vase, flower vase, cups, and sauces. These guys are old. If you were to buy one, you wouldn't afford it, believe me. I know these things here. They are antique, but they gives you that feel of long time ago, and see how people creating things with care, like quite detailed, let's say. And as we move on, look at that. This looks like a cooker. Look at that, guys. Wow. And that is like a machine for something, not sure. But yes. look, old things. It's all made of metal. Probably we can read something. Living in Portsmouth, the 18th century kitchen above the fireplace. Aha, now we know. I'm not going to read all this. I'm gonna pull the camera close so you can even Google it up after watching this and read. It's a lot to read, guys. If I read all of that, probably I'll, my camera battery will run out before we've covered most of it. And I've already changed the first battery. In the kitchen, 1730. In 1730, most cooking was done with an open fire using methods which had changed little for centuries. It's just a cute thing. Could be near the window. What is it? Wrought iron chimney. Ooh, what window, Veronica? Crane about 1700. A particularly complex example. There you go, guys. Nice pictures. They all have information to explain what they are. But as I said, reading time is not on my side today. Because I want to reach, at least for us to go everywhere and see what is around. I love history, to be honest with you. If I can put everything in my head, I'll be very, very happy. Yeah, I love long time. Oh goodness, look at that. It's a lady trying to fix some roof somewhere. How the well of lived. This engraving from the Rake's Progress by Hogarth shows the interior of a middle-class house about 1740. Look at that. The house of Admiral Lord Howe, Highbury Street, Old Portsmouth. Howe died in 1799. Sad story. Low quality housing in St. Thomas Street, Old Portsmouth, about 1800. Guys, where we are, it's just close to Old Portsmouth. So more a kettle. Can you imagine these things? They were used by people long time ago, guys, and they are still here. I remember when I was growing up, it's when you start knowing to play around in Kenya, when we see an old thing outside, we used to chuck it. But when I came to England, I learned about antique stuff and how valuable they are. And now I started calling my people, said, oh, if you see something from long time ago, please don't chuck it. But where will I sell it in Kenya? Maybe I have to bring it all over to England. So anyway, it's always good to value things from long time. And in this room, guys, as you can see, it's like a kitchen, and there is a lady. If you can see her standing there, let me move her. There she is. There's a lady standing there in the kitchen. She is wearing an apron. So she's, oh wow. Awesome. She got, oopsie, don't fall down, V. Yeah, there is cooking taking place there. It looks like pork chops. They are on the pan, but guys, we can't go in here. And she was probably listening to radio, as you can listen to this background. of already there's a little rug to go in there. So, and where she's standing, she's trying to take something out of the cupboard. In that cupboard, the top shelf has like pots, tray, and kind of bottles, which some looks like can be spices or something like that. The bottom or the middle cupboard has some pots, and the bottom one has some also like vases and kind of, you know, those potteries. So it's a cute, and there is a good message here. Let me put her glasses and see if she can read. It's a picture and oh, something God sends me. Yeah, look guys, it's an old English kitchen. It's cute. Neighbors in Southsea. A copy of the song Home Sweet Home would have been found in most Victorian middle-class parlors. It had become a symbol for the importance which the Victorians placed on the values of home and family life. The champions at number 45 Campbell Road and their neighbors, the Humphreys at number 47, were typical of the thriving middle-class families making their homes in the developing area of Southsea. Mr. Campion was a retired engineer and Major Humphrey, an army officer. With the incomes over £150 per year, they were both able to afford a servant. I'll read up to there, guys, and the rest, just do like that. You can pause it and read it yourself. Neighbors in Southsea. And Southsea here in Portsmouth is one of the areas where the riches hide, and also here we are. Old Portsmouth is also very posh. Very, very posh. If you do visit Portsmouth, you know. Look at that. Let's see who are these Victorian tastes. Happy's Shop, 1855, modeled by William Beatle for the Art Union of Glasgow. Tappy's Show was the Greek muse of cloral song and dance. For those who doesn't know, Glasgow is a city in Scotland. Victorian Taste, the nave of the Rhine, 1850, modeled by Lodring Swantler for the farm of Copland. Anyway, there is beauty. That looks like a king and a queen. Victorian taste, and the king loved Esther above all the women. Whoa, 1855, modeled by William Beatle, no manufacturer recorded. Victorian taste, Victorian Parian, invented in 1846. Parian porcelain was used to imitate marble statuary and became very popular. Look at that, guys. That is beautiful. It's a beautiful piece. And so are those ones.
With wallpaper chairs, which could have been bought from
Oh,
Morris's
this
in Farmston
could
Road,
be the living room.
in Queen Street.
Are wish we could see properly, but there's piano there and a piano desk, some photos on the wall, big photos. It's a very nice chest on the wall there, and it looks like Mama Mary with the baby Jesus. Oh, look, it's a book there, a very old, like umbrella, or could be a pen. Look at that little stool under the piano. It's so pretty, very, very pretty. Guys, this is a worthy visit place or museum. It's a rock. It's a rock chair. Could be. No, it looks also like a bicycle of 3 wheels. It's a bicycle with the 3 wheels, and it's cute. It's a very cute one. Guys, this is so beautiful. Look at that. That is so beautiful. And that is a window there and a very, very old curtain. Look at the design. Victorian design. So beautiful. Absolutely amazing. Look at that picture over there. This is the far as I can go, guys, but I hope we'll get to see something. This is also beautiful. Those kind of things, if you have one from years and years, distinct centuries and so on, guys, they are very expensive. That's why old is gold. Look at that. It's just like a table as well. Oh, wow. It's beautiful, guys. It's so beautiful. Hello. Home sweet home, Portsmouth, 1800, 1914. That's how it looked like. And that's behind me. Look. Census returns Milton. Peddler dolls. The makers of these dolls identified themselves by pasting labels on the bottom of the bases. Only 2 people with these initials were recorded as living in Milton in the 1841 census. Charlotte and Harriet White, aged 56 and 54. They were spinster daughters of Martin White, an elderly man of independent means, all wealthy and retired. The Whites made at least 9 other peddler dolls, with the baskets of the sort of things sold door to door by poor salesmen. The dolls were probably a hobby, since it is unlikely they were sold for enough to repay the hours of labor that it took to make them. They were not toys, but were displayed under glass domes in parlors like the one to the right, as conversation pieces, purchased with the support of the resource/V&A purchase grant funds. There we are. Those are the dolls. Look at the long time old dolls. For sure, it's a lot of work being done. And they were saying they were not sold for enough money to, to cover the hours of the work used to create these dolls. Imagine if you had one like this doll and bring it to light. And if it's a genuine one, my friend, you've crossed the, you cross the the river of poverty. So is this doll. No, teddy bear. Teddy bear, 1920. This bear was given to Ralph Elwood when he was about 3. The photo shows him shortly after he received it, dressed as a page boy of his aunt's wedding in 1930. Made in Germany about 1920, the bear is unusual as it has a musical box inside. So that's the boy who owns Ralph Howard. When he was about 3, he received that bear, which was made in Germany. Only if I knew how to Eins boy, only to speak good German. Yes, that is so nice. And look at that, very old, guys. This was teddy bear 1920. Can you imagine 1920? Today is 1924. And it's there. I'm telling you, if it was yours and you bring it to light here in England, and it's genuine, you didn't steal it from someone, you'll know the boat of crossing from poverty to luxurious lifestyle, guys.